Oh, hey, sorry, got a little carried away there. I had a couple students talking about windy and warm lately, and uh, I realized, I never really play it the same way twice. And I watched a few videos of other people doing it. And there's just a whole bunch of standard licks in it. Chet Atkins does. Chet, boy, one thing I noticed in his that was really interesting when he bends that note. Now, I'm not doing this with a thumb pick, but if you do it with a thumb pick, you can muffle those bass notes. I guess I can do it without a thumb pick. The problem is if I try to mute the bass notes without a pick, I can't use my nail to hit the strings. And so those bass notes, not only are they muted, they're thumpy. I guess that's kind of how they're supposed to be. Anyway, wandering off already. It's too early. I should save these tangential diversions for later in the news. It is March 14th. We're almost halfway through March, and let's see. There's been a lot of things going on. I'm not going to talk anymore about windy and warm, but I am going to talk about this cool guitar that I just got back that had been. I'm not sure if how many of you noticed, but a couple months ago, I shot the news here with my Santa Cruz guitar, and it had an accident. There was an accident happened to it, and an errant pool ball hit it. It hangs on the wall right here, and took a chip out right here. I will try to get some pictures added to this video of before and after. Took it to an incredibly talented workman over at the Santa Cruz Guitar Company, Darren, and he said, "Yeah, I think I can piece it back together." Literally, there were two chipped pieces that had to be put back in here, and as you can tell, even from this distance, it looks pretty good right now. And boy, I gotta say that every time I've had them do something to this guitar, it has come back in phenomenal shape. It's now just a joy to play. Man, they ran what's called a plec machine treatment on it, and it's so easy to play. Every note is crystal clear. No idea why that song popped in my head, but I was just hearing that A minor chord and that nice descent. Whew. Okay, let's see. Boy, now I'm really off track. What did I want to talk about? Today is ending week 2 of our 3-minute challenge. And we had a winner last week. W.J. Kelleher I hope I pronounced that name right, Bill, had his choice of either guitar strings or an all expenses paid trip to, oh no, we couldn't quite swing the camp trip. He chose some albums. He decided he wanted to have some new guitar music to listen to. New. I say it's really old guitar music. I haven't made any new albums for a long time, over 20 years now. And but he chose downloads of some of my what used to be CDs. So keep those entries. I just saw 1 or 2 late this afternoon. It's really late this afternoon. I really got caught up doing some other stuff today, and I know most of you don't watch this till like the weekend or maybe even ever, but that's okay. Anyway, so we're finishing up the second week of the 3-minute challenge. Get your entries in, and whoever's name gets drawn on Tuesday will get some really cool prizes. Probably Santa Cruz strings. Now I'm really impressed with the Santa Cruz strings on this guitar. This thing just sounds unbelievable. So gotta love it. We were traveling a little bit last week. I was in Cambria. Got a chance to revisit a place we used to go pretty often. Not often, but with the kids. We have some great memories of photos of our kids back in Cambria days when we would travel down there and hang out at Pismo Beach area and further down. Anyway. I got to a couple of new lessons this week, and one was rehashing an old lesson, not rehashing, updating. Let me see if I can I fake this? It was a piano tune, and I thought, we were putting together, I was reviewing our packs of Eagles songs for a couple reasons, and I thought, I'm pretty sure I did a lesson on Old 55 a long time ago, and sure enough, I looked it up, and in my interest in being really accurate with tunes, I did the lesson on Tom Waits' original version. Well, I hate to call it original because I'm not sure when he recorded that, but I think it was before. But he did it on guitar in the lesson. I think he had an album called Early Songs or something like that. He's mostly known as a piano player, but there were some guitar versions of tunes. And so I went back and looked at my Old 55 lesson and saw it was all about Tom Waits' version in the key of A, well, B flat, really done with a capo. And thought, that'd make a good, while I was looking at Eagles tunes, that I thought I should put the Eagles version together. It's really different, and it's piano. And so the lesson goes into, let me see. Something like that. I can't remember now. Well, I'm not going to take the time to piece it back together. But it ends up with a lot of chords that are unusual for guitar players. And hybrid chords. This is a chord that is half of an F chord and half of a G chord. And sometimes we call it F with G in the bass, and sometimes we call it G11. So if you're interested in tackling Old 55, that's been added to the Eagles version has been added to the original Tom Waits lesson. And that reminds me, there are other Eagles tunes. There we go. Example of those odd chords. So Desperado has some of that stuff in it. And what else crossed my path this week? I don't think I can remember the melody to this. After the Thrill Is Gone, that was kind of somebody had asked me about. They said, and I assumed we had a lesson on that too. I got a message. Somebody said, "Hey, you should have had a lesson on this a long time ago." We should have, and now we do. So 2 new Eagles lessons this week: Old 55 and After the Thrill Is Gone. Let me think. I wonder if I can fake my way through this. Beautiful melody in that tune from Tom Waits. Let's see. I think that's about all. I was going to try to get into some theory stuff today, but there's enough little theory breakdown in chord progressions in the After the Thrill Is Gone lesson, because it does something really unusual. It's in the key of G, and all of a sudden we hear this chord. So go check that out. And if you happen to be anywhere near Palm Springs next Wednesday, track me down. It'll be Wednesday afternoon. Merv is hosting a guitar league meetup in Palm Desert. I don't even know exactly where it is in town, but if you have a question on that, there'll be info on the forum coming up. So, okay, I think that is it. We're heading into St. Patrick's Day weekend. I hope everybody's maybe has a Guinness and maybe a little corned beef and enjoys playing guitar. Get those 3 minutes in every day. Get in 7 entries. That's your assignment.